The gut-brain axis is the two-way communication from what's going on in our gut to what's going on in our brain. Perhaps there is real biology behind phrases like gut feelings and gut instincts, or having butterflies in your tummy.
Each component of your diet, so coffee in this instance, can have an effect on your microbiome. In this study, we've really monitored the gut-brain axis through cognition and emotional health.
The trillions of microorganisms that we have in our gut are playing a key role in producing key chemicals that will influence brain and behavior. So what we set out to do here was to look at coffee and coffee intake to see, could that modulate this gut-brain axis? We recruited 62 individuals, half of which were habitual coffee drinkers and half weren't. The coffee drinkers, we put them into withdrawal. Then we reintroduced coffee. In half of those individuals, we gave them decaffeinated coffee.
What we found interesting is what happened to the bacteria when the people who drink coffee stop drinking coffee. We were able to kind of tease apart what bacteria in the gut respond to decaffeinated coffee and what bacteria in the gut respond to caffeinated coffee. But we found a very clear signature of certain bacteria that disappear when we stop drinking coffee and reappear when we start drinking it again.
For that person across that journey, we've subjected them to a variety of tests, psychological tests, touchscreen tests that look at their memory, paper-based tests that actually ask them about their mood and their anxiety.
Coffee influences cognition, and we also found that it improves mood. The bacteria in our gut really does affect both our brain, but also our general health and well-being. And what it tells us is that even one component of our daily dietary intake can have an effect on our microbiome and its role in health. What we've seen from this study is that coffee doesn't have any negative effects on our microbiome.
The next steps for us on this is really to see how can these findings be translated to a larger population. I guess it's really worth reinforcing that what we're talking here is moderate coffee drinking. Moderate coffee drinkers have reduced risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. One of the things for the future is to try and link all of these together. How does moderate habitual coffee intake affect the microbiome to affect how it's influencing the brain? And our study is just the starting point.